Good evening, everyone.
We are
Make-A-Wish Greater Bay Area.
And we are excited to welcome you to the 2020 annual meeting, The Road to Reemergence.
Allow me to introduce our CEO, Betsy Biern. Betsy, take it away.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our first ever virtual annual meeting for 2020. I'm so excited to be with you, even if it's in a little different circumstances. I will say, actually, here's one of the plus sides of having this done virtually, is that we have a lot more people joining us. I think we've had nearly 200 people register for our annual meeting, which is great. And I'm happy to welcome people from as far north as McKinleyville and Fortuna, and as far south as Salinas and Hollister. So hi to all of you guys out there. Glad that we're all together for this. And I want to thank you for taking the time, because I think today what I hope we're going to do is we're going to try and really celebrate our mission, which is a hopeful and joyful one. I'm going to want to give you a briefing on some of the challenges that we've been facing. And I'm also going to give you some options for ways that you can help us, because boy, do we need help this year. So, well, 2020, quite a year. I think most of us are ready to have it over, and we've probably been ready to have it over since, I don't know, March 18th, when we all started sheltering in place. What's it meant for us? In some ways, we're understanding even more how important our mission is to these kids and their families. And that's something that I think I try and hold when I'm feeling uncomfortable or wobbly each day. Let me tell you a little bit about the challenges that we are specifically facing. Under our wishes, and my colleague Susie Falk, our new program director, will share with you in a bit more about our plans and the changes that we've had to make this year. But to let you know, we have postponed scheduling any travel or large gathering wishes, and we've done that indefinitely. We are part of a very large Make-A-Wish enterprise. There are 60 chapters across the United States, and we are all committed, first and foremost, to the safety of our kids and our families. So this is done for safety reasons. We have over 250 Wish Kids waiting, and we've never really had a pipeline like that before. And some of that is we are giving every family the option to choose a different wish if they initially had a travel wish. But there are many that want to hold out for a bit more, and we're going to honor that to the best that we can. Let me give you an example of a great wish that we did last weekend. 3-year-old Brooklyn had a wish to have a backyard play structure. She lives in San Ramon, and she was diagnosed with leukemia. But I'd like you to hear a little bit more about her story first.
As a parent, it's one of the hardest things that I've had to go through with her. It was hard to get the initial diagnosis, and as a parent, to watch her go through all the treatments and lumbar punctures and chemotherapies. It's hard to watch. It breaks your heart. She loves to be outside and play, and she loves to be social. Her wish is going to come true. She's going to have this big playhouse and play structure, and to see so many people just care, not know who Brooklyn is and not know a thing about her, but be so genuine and humanly kind. You don't come across that very often these days.
I work in the oncology field, and I think it's just so heartbreaking, especially with children when they encounter cancer and are diagnosed with cancer. And I think for us to bring a heartwarming aspect to this and make a wish come true, which the Make-A-Wish Foundation does, Bristol Myers Squibb is very enthusiastic and very engaged with supporting these causes. And so that's why I came here today, is to be part of making Brooklyn's wish come true and building something in her backyard and giving her something to look forward to.
You would see Brooklyn sometimes pop out and look at what we're doing and how we're constructing her future play area. You saw the excitement in her face. When we would see her looking out at us, I think it made us even more anxious to build more and to do it quicker so that we can be a part of that.
I don't think there's anything better you can give to a child, for them to come out and see something new in their backyard and something that they're going to be able to enjoy and experience.
The new play space has turned out wonderfully. We love it. We'll be out here every day for hours, so it's going to be a nice change from our old play structure, and we'll be spending a lot of time outside. We'll make a wish to do something like this for Brooklyn and our family. It means a lot, coming together and showing Brooklyn that they care about her. We hope as a family in the future we get to be donators and volunteers, because the impact has really, impacted our family in a positive way.
Brooklyn's wish story is one of perseverance. Brooklyn was referred to us in February, and by the time her wish was determined and assigned, it was April, and we were in full lockdown COVID regulations. So we couldn't even do backyard makeovers. And then when it was safe, the play structure was ordered and delivered, then we have these fires, and the air quality is lousy, and we can't have volunteers going out and building play structures, and she can't go out and enjoy it. And we've had all this heat and smoke, you sort of say, when is it going to work? But here's the neat thing. Between our staff, our volunteers, and Bristol Myers Squibb, who actually underwrote the cost of this, and their staff, we've been able to pull this together and make this wish happen in spite of what seems like endless obstacles. And you could see Brooklyn was pretty excited by that wish. I would be too. Let me tell you a little bit about what's ahead for us, and as importantly, how you can help. Because as I said before, we could use all the help, and I hope that in helping us, you also find some of the joy and that real feeling you get from our mission of granting wishes. So we know that looking ahead, we've got a really changed landscape for the rest of 2020 and all of 2021. It's just a different world. It's time for us to roll up our sleeves. Well, I'm wearing short ones, so time for everybody else wearing long sleeves to roll them up, to look at resiliency and grit and be ready, because we've got to help our wish kids. It's part of our job, all of us. So it's time to be creative about our wish granting, invite new and broader diverse partners to be part of our work, look at creating hope and joy beyond just that one wish, but include a whole wish journey. Show what it means to be a Make-A-Wish family, welcoming people, inviting them, collectively working together and being part of something really great and life-changing. So for the first time, I think, in our chapter's history, or certainly for the first time since I've been here, we've got wishes that are waiting. But we're committed to ensuring that those kids aren't going to wait a day longer than they need to, and that they get to experience that power of a wish. So how are we going to do it? So first and foremost, I can't say it enough, funding. We are always going to need help funding. We've needed it anyway because we are only able to do what we do because of philanthropy. But we have some big initiatives planned this year, ways to help us, and I hope that you'll consider joining in. So number one, we've started a new giving society called our Wishmakers Guild. And we've committed to building opportunities for our donors to make multi-year commitments to us, allowing us to really build on and build more sustainability for our mission, and to ensure that we have funds ready for whenever a kid is ready to have their wish granted. This year, we're also going to be honoring one of our long-standing volunteers, referral sources, former board members, National Medical Advisory Council member, Dr. Paul Fisher. Paul's been a long time friend and supporter and really part of the Make-A-Wish family, and has been so committed as a physician himself to our mission, and has actually, as a monthly donor, been making gifts to our endowment for years. So in honor of Paul, we are making a concerted effort to have an endowment campaign to grow purely for mission, and we hope you'll think about that. We've also recognized that now more than ever, our wish families, our wish alums, are critical to helping us welcome and encourage our other Wish families to join us in making these wishes so magical for our kids. Who knows it better than a Wish kid or a Wish family, what this experience means, what it does, how you go through it, and how they continue to live it. So we've built a new council called the Wish It Forward Council. Our Wish It Forward Council is composed of a set of terrific Wish alums and Wish parents who understand our mission and who are helping us do broader outreach, inviting our Wish families to get involved in this alumni effort. We're excited for their involvement, and I'm thrilled by what we're going to be able to build. We need your help too, in a number of ways. If you're already a donor, thank you. And please keep giving. If you're not a donor, or if you're a donor and you're thinking of doing something more, we'd love it. Whether it's a one-time donation, whether it's a monthly gift, whether it's a planned gift, whether it's a match from your company, whether you do a birthday fundraiser, however you want to do it. We could use the help. Our kids could really use it as they think about what their wishes are. We'd love to have you join the Wishmakers Guild. If you're a Wish family member who'd like to get more involved, we'd love to have you help us with the Wish It Forward Council. If you're a volunteer, thank you. And if you're a volunteer and have a little bit more time on your hands, we'd love help. Could you connect us to a local business who might want to make an in-kind donation or help us with a neat package for our upcoming Gift of a Wish auction? Do you know a fabulous photographer or a journalist that might want to give us some pro bono time? Would you be willing to send things to your local newspaper, a picture of an upcoming wish or a brief story, or write a letter to the editor telling them about your involvement with us? There are lots of ways you could help us, and ways that really are easy and fun and meaningful. Any way you could go the extra mile, please do it. And if you're not sure, let me know. Reach out to me. Reach out to Daniel Marley, our head of our volunteers. Reach out to any of us. We'd love to hear from you. I really appreciate all the time that you're putting into just tuning in today. And want to make sure that you're hearing from us what's going on and where we're going and how we need you. So what I'd like to do is introduce my colleague, Susie Falk, who's our program director. I'm going to ask Susie to give you a bit more detail about our wish granting. But a quick note about Susie. Susie's joined us at the end of last year and kind of fell into a really amazingly challenging situation. Nothing like trying to learn a new organization and a new mission in the midst of a pandemic. She's done it with grace. She's got a wonderful team that she's leading, and I'm just delighted, and I feel lucky, and I feel thrilled that our Wish kids and families have someone like that at the helm. So let me introduce you to Susie.
Thank you, Betsy, and good evening, everybody. My name is Susie Falk. I am the program director with Make-A-Wish Greater Bay Area. I joined our chapter in December of last year, and it's definitely been an interesting first few months on the job. About 3 months in was when we got the shelter-in-place order. And we did like what we're all doing. We pivoted. We had to put many of our wishes on hold. Before COVID, about 80% of our wishes were travel wishes or wishes involving large crowds. And obviously those wishes aren't able to happen at this time. We have worked closely with our volunteers, our wish granters, to make sure that they have all the tools and the resources they need to be able to do their changing jobs well. And that has looked like conducting all of our wish discovery interviews virtually. So we wanted to make sure they felt comfortable using Zoom and all of the other platforms that were available for them and for our families. It's meant doing reveals virtually, celebrations virtually, because we want to keep our wish kids and their families and our volunteers safe. And that was really our top priority. You know, so many of our wishes have been impacted, but that doesn't mean we aren't able to grant wishes. So we have really worked to identify and to make sure our families and our wish granters are aware of all of the types of the wishes that we can grant now, so that if they don't want to keep waiting for that travel wish, they can identify a wish that we can grant sooner. And we've been able to grant some really wonderful wishes. You're going to get to hear about some more of those in a little bit later tonight. We've, at many points, we've had many more questions than we've had answers. but we've worked closely with our partners at our national office to make sure we're being consistent, to make sure we are implementing best practices from across the enterprise to be able to grant as many wonderful wishes as possible. So that's meant that we're focusing more on the heart of the child than we are on understanding that one true wish. So when we're conducting those interviews, when our wish granters are going to talk with these kids, virtually of course, they're getting to know the child. They want to know as much as they can about the different ideas for the wishes and why those are their ideas. So that even if the child might identify something like going to Hawaii, that's something we can't grant now, through that conversation, they may learn more about the why behind that wish and discover that really the child just wants to go to a beach. And in fact, there may be ways that we can grant them that beach wish much sooner than we could a Hawaii wish. So we're really trying to make sure we learn as much about the child and their various ideas about their wishes as possible. We're also working to make sure we keep the costs of our wishes down, because we know we're going to have more wishes that we can grant. We know that there's a lot of kids that are waiting and our pipeline is going to get really big. So we're working with our corporate team to develop more partners to provide in-kind resources to help offset the costs of those wishes so we can grant as many of these wishes as possible and not have to, not to have to keep kids waiting for longer than necessary once it's safe to be able to grant their wish. And while there's a lot about our wish granting that has changed, there's a lot of things that haven't. What hasn't changed is our belief in the power of a wish and our commitment to that mission, our desire to put our wish kids at the center of our wish granting practices, and to really empower them. We want to give them as much information as possible about what we can do and what we can't do. And we want to let them choose what's the wish that they want to have, and do they want to have it soon, so they can really have that experience and that hope and that joy to help carry them through these challenging times. So we're having a lot of conversations with our families, with our wish granters, and with our referral sources to make sure that everyone is as educated and informed and empowered during these times. In just a moment, you're going to get to hear about some of the incredible work that our wish granters have been able to do during this time. But before we do that, I want to share just a few of the wishes we've been able to grant over these last 6 months, thanks to the work of our wish granters, of our staff, and our supporters.
So Lily is a 12-week-old domestic short-hair tabby and white kitten. So we were contacted. We knew immediately that she would be the perfect cat for Aryana because she loves to play, she loves to engage with people, but she also loves to cuddle. And she'll let you know when she wants attention and when she wants to cuddle. And so we are so excited for the two of them to start their journey together for the rest of their lives.
I felt that it gave her like that extra little boost, like I just gotta get out of here. I gotta get better, and I know I can get better. And you know, it'll all pay off when I see Lily. So I think that was a big push for her, you know, kept her strong and going.
Like I've mentioned so many times, it takes many hands to do the work that we do. And we couldn't grant these wishes without folks like you, our donors, our friends, our wish granters, our wish families, our wish kiddos. When things are most challenging, it's really inspiring to see those stories and to hear from you about the great work you're doing for our kids. I want to say thank you to everyone who's really risen to the occasion these past few months and help us continue our mission. I want to point out just a few folks that have been really going the extra mile so that you all know what they're doing. I want to thank Jana Katz for her fabulous Masks for Wishes fundraiser. I want to thank Cheryl Sleater, who's a Wish mom, for keeping in touch with everyone who's been interested in becoming a volunteer. I want to thank Susan Wolf for processing volunteer applications remotely. Jim and Jane Etherington, who you might have seen in the video, for leading Brooklyn's play structure build. I want to thank Leslie Knoll and the Peter Pan Foundation for a whole series of Messages of Hope videos for our Wish kids. They're so fun and inspiring, and it's hard not to just be joyful when you watch those folks. And last but not least, I also want to highlight our Julia. When she heard about our Waiting Wish kids, she took it upon herself to bring a little extra hope and joy to many of our Wish kids with her extraordinary balloon garlands. Check these out.
So I started La Rev event 4 years ago. And I really started as a wedding planner, but I've expanded my business now to also include event decor, event styling, and we work with our clients to be able to bring their event dreams to life. So I originally contacted Make-A-Wish earlier this year to be able to design events for Make-A-Wish kids. And we actually had a wish planned, but it was canceled due to shelter-in-place guidelines. So I thought that the next best thing would be able to surprise the children with balloon installations at their homes. It feels amazing. These kids, it's a surprise to them. They don't know we're coming. So it's amazing when we're able to knock on their doors. They're able to come outside, see the balloon installations, and just the joy and happiness in their face makes it all worth for us. And I really do believe that if we as a community can come together, support these kids, and if they can feel our love, they can feel that we're rooting for them, we're cheering them on, I definitely believe that they'll feel strong to go through their treatments and hopefully get better soon.
Everyone at our Greater Bay Area chapter is so grateful for Arhelia and other volunteers like her who are going the extra mile right now for Wish Kids.
Make-A-Wish is just such an awesome organization. They've been able to do such wonderful things for children that are going through unexpected events in their life. Just to be able to use our talents to come together to surprise these kids, to make their day and to bring smiles is just so important to bring happiness to their lives.
It's been a pleasure being with you tonight and to share a bit more about what we've been working on and share with you some of the inspirational stories that keep me going during the day, and to see just our amazing Wish kiddos and what they dream up for their experiences. I think I can speak on behalf of all of the Greater Bay staff for telling you we miss you. We miss seeing you. We miss celebrating with you. We miss hearing from you. So if you have comments or questions, creative ideas to share, or you just want to say hi, please reach out. We'd love to hear from you. We've got a Zoom call right after this, so if you feel like jumping on and having a little socializing, I'll see you shortly. I look forward to seeing you all, and I really look forward to seeing you in person. In the meantime, be safe. Wear your mask, wash your hands. Don't go outside until this weather's better. And thanks for all you do. Bye.
From all of us at Make-A-Wish, thank you again for joining us tonight and for
helping us
make wishes come true.